What's up my dear boys and girls, it's your Ranger Boy here, and I want to start this video by saying that I'm a little bit of a Cynthia fan myself. I cried a bit after pulling the Garchomp and Cynthia full art card in one of my recent videos.
Yes! Oh god! Oh, look how beautiful she is, man!
I have a 3D diorama of Cynthia and her team in my room, I have some posters of her, and one of the reasons why I bought the Gen 4 remakes to begin with is just to get my ass kicked by her once again. So you can kinda tell that I'm also a little bit of a masochist for massacres in front of my eyes. Which leads me to this week's episode, because what the fuck? Wow! In my opinion, this is the first ever truly great battle of the MASSACRE tournament. In fact, this part 1 of 3, yay, was so great that I want you to pause the video and watch that match right now. And if you have already watched the match, then pause the video and watch it again. It was truly great. If I would describe this first part in a nutshell, then it would be the tactics and intensity of Ash vs Volkner, which in my opinion was the last ever good battle of Ash in Pokemon Journeys, mixed up with the brutality and shock factor of the first ever Ash vs Bee matchup. It was a perfectly orchestrated massacre, and I loved every second of it. MVP of this entire episode was not the usually tanky Dragonite, it was not the even tankier Gengar, and not even the reliable Pikachu who was capable of executing Ash's golden plot armor to perfection. It was this little bastard right here, Cynthia's Spiritomb. I feared this Pokemon since the day I ever laid eyes on the Diamond and Pearl games, because not only is it scary as fuck, but just like in this battle right here, it is always Cynthia's first Pokemon, due to its convenient typing, surprisingly tanky nature, and tricky attacks and abilities. This Pokemon alone took down 3, and yes, I will repeat, 3 out of 6 Pokemon of Ash. And unlike Leon's Rillaboom, who took down 4 Pokemon of Dianta's team, with 3 KOs being displayed during a slideshow, all 3 knockouts of Cynthia made sense. Spiritomb took down the tanky Dragonite due to a combo of Hypnosis and a constant assault of Dream Eater attacks. It took down Gengar, thanks to both Sucker Punch and being weakened by Roserade beforehand, and also took down Ash's longtime ace Pikachu thanks to Destiny Bond. And the way they built up this double KO of both Pikachu and Spiritomb was perfect. Just like Volkner did back then, she constantly switched out her scary Pokemon, used that replacement to weaken Ash's next Pokemon, only for Spiritomb to deliver the final blow. The only time where that tactic didn't work was when she tried to weaken Pikachu with Gastrodon, and that was thanks to Ash's unpredictable battle style, which not even her deep analysis was able to figure out. Speaking of the last matchup of Pikachu with Spiritomb, I loved when they used the counter shield, and that both Ash and Cynthia recognized and referenced that thanks to the Diamond and Pearl anime. But not even that was able to stop Cynthia from getting the upper hand, which kinda made me ask the question, what chances Diamond and Pearl Ash would have had against Cynthia back then? Probably close to 0 if I'm being honest here. So not only did this had a great build up to the climax of this episode, aka the knockout of Pikachu, but it also showed us one important thing, that if the writers would have cared about the entirety of the MASSACRE tournament like they do with Ash vs Cynthia, then the MASSACRE truly could have been one of the greatest tournaments in anime Poké history, instead of being the biggest letdown in the history of the Pokemon anime. Cynthia looked great here, but without making Ash look like a total weakling like we had with past matchup, and I'm sure that Ash will look even stronger in the next episodes, but without Cynthia losing all of her aura and credibility. But just imagine this. If battles like Leon vs Alan and Leon vs Dianta had as much time and effort put into them like this week's battle right here, then everybody would have been happy, because you gave every participant the chance to shine without damaging their reputation and their aura. My personal tiny little nitpick that I have with this episode was that at the beginning of the episode, Cynthia and Dianta had a great conversation, which I really like since both Gen 4 and Gen 6 are my all-time favorites. But they also announced that Cynthia will retire after the Masters 8. And to be honest, I don't really know how to feel about that one. I really like Cynthia a lot, and even though she will surely go out with a banger against Ash, I don't really want her to retire during what many people consider the most controversial and most underutilized anime Poké season of all time. I'm sure that they will do her justice. I just wished that it was in a season that was, you know, actually more beloved by the fans. Anyway guys, I really hope you enjoyed this little, I guess, impressions video of mine. What is your opinion on this whole first part? Tell me, and just like always, see you guys in the comments down below. Bye guys! And by the way, all hail Cynthia! All hail Cynthia! Bow down to our goddess. Thank you. Bye.